Well, I am here at Josh's house, the great 3D printer man himself, and I'll leave his information on this video if you want something printed. But Josh made something special for me, and I have to say, in the background, I see Wilderness Empires by Worthington Games, made by Bill Molyneux, still in the shrink wrap.
It's a collector's item now.
How many videos have I made, and you still haven't opened up the darn game? So upon my death, I hope you'll open that game up. So, Josh, I'm going to turn everything over to you. Point out, what did you make for me?
So I made this 54mm scale Fort William Henry.
54 millimeter. Oh my gosh, it's Goober the Traveling Bear.
Goober's there for scale reference.
He's there for scale reference.
See how large,
So this is 54 millimeter. The darn thing is huge. And can you show me a section of the Bastion, how you made that?
Yeah, so to get the Bastion to fit on my printer bed, I had to break it down into 4 pieces.
Okay.
So it comes apart.
And then, so my plan that you suggested was I glue it down on a piece of styrofoam at an angle, give it some more height, and then it'll be fastened down.
Yep. And we only printed the front half of the fort, so to speak. So the rest of the fort is still...
The rest of the fort will be off table. And I asked Josh to do this specifically because I wouldn't have a table big enough to have the entire fort on in my basement. So Josh, what else do you have going on in the world of 3D printing? Oh, I guess I should have people will ask me, what type of printer did you use for this?
So I used a Creality CR10S for this, which is getting a little long in the tooth. That's an older model printer right now. But it's an FDM printer, so it works kind of like a hot glue gun that's controlled to move around in a specific pattern and lay down.
So someone old like me, and you're talking in gibberish to me because I'm old. Is that the string kind or the glue?
It is the string kind.
Okay,
yeah,
the string kind.
The string kind, yep.
All right, so this was made with string, and one Bastion took, I think what you said, a full day.
Yeah, so one section here of this Bastion took about a day and a half, actually.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate this. This is an incredible fort that you made for me, and I know it took up a lot of your printer time. So show me what else you're doing down here in 3D printer world.
Well, I don't know if you're familiar with an old sci-fi game called Warzone.
Warzone.
Yep.
Okay.
So Warzone made some books for models that they never produced.
Okay.
So for a friend of mine who is really into Warzone, I'm working on redesigning the models that were never made.
Okay, that looks like some kind of weird German type.
Yep.
I don't know, what is that?
Well, so this is called a Manta Ray for Warzone, or a Manta gunship. When Warzone was originally made, they designed the art for this model, and they put it out in their book as a flyer for the one, I believe it was the Capital Forces.
Okay.
And but they never actually made the model, so I started designing the models.
Wow.
For stuff that was never made.
It looks very sturdy. Now, is that with the string or is that with the
This
glue?
is with the resin.
That's the resin.
Yep.
I guess it's resin and not glue, correct?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Okay.
But so I just started whipping this up in a 3D modeling program, and then I've been prototyping it and printing it for a friend of mine.
Now, for that resin, I guess, aircraft, how long did that take to have it?
This takes about 6 hours.
6 hours,
Yep.
okay.
Yep. And we've had a failure, too, that I'm going to use as a crashed version.
So you had a failure, but
Yep.
was that the crashed one?
Yeah, this is now a crashed one. So this one, as you can see.
We have an... is that an engine or is that a crew compartment?
So that's a crew compartment. It's a VTOL craft, so you have the...
Little fan motors?
Fan motors here and here. And then this is supposed to be a troop transport crew compartment down here.
Very good.
Yep.
You always have so many nifty 3D printing things down here going on. Anything else you want to show me before we close out today? What's that castle thing over there? Did you make that? Or
that is Castle Grayskull. I did make that.
You made a Castle Grayskull.
Yep.
I'm trying to walk slowly. People say if I go too fast, I make them sick. So, Castle Grayskull, and is this So you actually 3D printed this thing, huh?
Yep.
And is this resin or string?
It is a combination of both. The main part of the castle is string, and then the door is resin.
Wow.
Yep. And
Amazing.
we have.
And they're 28 millimeter, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, is that the Skeletor?
Yep.
All right. Wow. It's always amazing everything that you print and how it's always changing. You have different armies here and there, and all your printer machines. So I guess, Josh, we'll close this out. Anything else you want to show me before we say goodbye?
Well, is there anything specific you're interested in that you see that I'm working on right now that you want to
What are all these blue guys?
So these guys are from One Page Rules, and they're the Alien Hives guys. And I'm working on these. Right now I just airbrushed them a little bit with two tones, two colors, and then I'm going to go in and do some detail painting on them.
Wow. And I don't know what those are, but they look fantasy-ish.
Those are from the Game of Thrones.
The Game of Thrones.
Game, yep.
And what is this huge pile of figures for?
So these are English Civil War guys, and these models are available free on Thingiverse.
And what's all the English Civil War figures? We never did English Civil War ever in the Gettysburg
Right.
Area Gamers.
Right, and it's something I always kind of wanted to do, so I found this guy that had 3D modeled the entire, like, everything you could want. The rifleman and the pikeman.
Wow.
And they come on stanza 5, so I started printing them out like mad. And
It's amazing. Well,
eventually I'll have enough to do a game.
and in August, we are going to go to Yorktown, Virginia for several days, hang out at the battlefields and historic sites. We'll take Goober the Traveling Bear. I have yet to find the correct hotel for us.
Well, I have faith in your ability to find us out.
We are having some issues with that. Lisa declined the last two I picked out.
Was one of those the Gloucester, Virginia one?
Yes, it was $38 a night, or you could pay for a half night for
15, huh?
16 or something. Yes,
Nice.
and they only take cash and no credit cards and no reservations. So we said no on that one.
Yep, I imagine that got some special clients in there.
So, anyhow, I guess we'll close this video out. Stay safe, be kind, be courteous. If you need something 3D printed, contact the Josh. Thank you, everyone, and don't forget to subscribe.